We're talking about tonight's StormTracker12 Weather Special that you have worked so hard on, called When Minutes Matter.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about it in the break. That's what we got distracted by.
Yeah.
And you know, you're focusing on different things like the kind of uncanny tornado that hit in the middle of wintertime, February, Grand Blanc.
Yep.
The giant hailstorm in Davison that people remember. But you know, weather impacts us all in Michigan. So kind of talk about what you're focusing on.
Yeah, and that's actually what you and I were just talking about, is that even if you aren't in Grand Blanc, if you're not in Davison, you know, why do you care about what happened in these areas besides the fact that, you know, you have human interest? And it's because the weather that occurred there could happen anywhere in mid-Michigan. And so we really look into some of the science behind these things. You know, how common is it to have a tornado in February like what we saw in Grand Blanc? Or, you know, we had that huge hail in Davison. You know, what happened with that storm? Why did it make such big hail? And again, that could happen anywhere in mid-Michigan. We talk about being safe when severe weather is occurring at night. And, you know, I was really fortunate that I got to go out to the Detroit National Weather Service, which is our local weather service office.
Yeah,
you saw the video this morning.
I did. Tell us more about that field trip, if you will. You got to do some really cool stuff.
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, we went out there, and Detroit is one of select weather offices.
Look at the smile on your face.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the select weather offices in the country that they can automatically release these weather balloons, but they let us do it, let me do it. Clearly, I was very excited. Manually. And it was so much fun. It was so neat. Our photographer, Chad Brown, he said, "Oh my gosh, I've never seen you so happy." But we set these weather balloons up. Well, the Weather Service does. They send them up in the atmosphere and they collect all of this data. And that's what helps to put information in to run the weather models that we look at. And, you know, Kevin is talking about how radar works. That's so important because you can pull it up on your app and see, okay, there's rain there. But do you know how that works? So Kevin explains that. You know, we look at that and then determine if a warning needs to be issued at the Weather Service. So talk about how that gets done. You know, there's a lot that goes on. We talk about, again, that hail. Isaac is explaining, you know, what went on there with that big hail and where we had some of the biggest hail occur in Michigan. So, you know, that's a big damage causer, unfortunately.
Well, and I like to remind people at home, again, there's science involved when it comes to forecasting the weather. I know sometimes meteorologists are the butts of many jokes, but it's true.
And a lot of people think they can be a meteorologist from home.
Right, but you spend time analyzing numbers, data. There's a lot that goes into a forecast model each and every day, and especially when it comes to severe weather, because we recognize the seriousness of this, because again, weather impacts everyone's lives and you want to keep people safe.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to have a lot come together and come together correctly to get severe weather. And so there is a lot of looking at, okay, what's happening in the atmosphere. You know, when I was at the Weather Service, they said they count on people to also report what's happening out there. Is it raining? Is it hailing? They count on those reports too. So spotters are really important. And, you know, Kevin went and looked at all of this history to look at, you know, different tornado experiences in Michigan. It's just, there's a lot that went into this special, and, you know, big shout out to our creative services department. They did a lot of work on this as well, making graphics, and just, you know, we've got a lot of drone shots. So there's just a lot of really cool scenery that goes with it too. So
don't want to miss it. It airs tonight right here only on ABC 12 at